Our final tipping point of the night. Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg dismissed claims that so-called fake news on Facebook impacted the outcome of the election. But then just a couple days later, he walked it back by saying they're taking the fight against fake news very seriously. They may even hire an outside arbitrator to help filter out fake news stories. First of all, how scary is that? Filtering equals censorship. Filtering is the antithesis of free speech. If the stories are bogus, we'll decide that for ourselves. We don't need a liberal wonder boy and his progressive cronies feeding us what they want us to eat. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is meeting with media executives at Trump Tower today. The same media who violently railed against him during his campaign, propelled stories about sexual abuse that they failed to verify and now want a seat at his table? How pathetic. At the same time, the media itself is still underreporting violence against Trump supporters. And President Obama tells us from Berlin that the world is a meaner, harsher, and more troubled place. But is our president talking about ISIS or the mess in Syria? The gun, gang, and drug violence plaguing our inner cities right here in America? The riots in Portland, perhaps, where anti-electoral college self-serving lawbreakers burned businesses to let us know they don't like Donald Trump? Well, in case these delicate snowflakes aren't aware, attacking cops, breaking windows, and lighting property on fire to make a political point, that's called domestic terror. Well, unless it's petulant indignation about Donald Trump as president, then it's free speech, right? Wrong. But back to fake news. Fake news is any journalist that perpetuated Obama's lie that under Obamacare, if you like your doctor, you can keep it. Fake news is any media personality who dismissed the skyrocketing premiums and deductibles and focused instead on President Obama's bogus promise that people would save $2,000 a year with Obamacare. Fake news is any news organization that gave credence to the women who accused Donald Trump of sexual harassment without investigating the accusations first, but ignored Hillary's role in her husband's sex scandals. Fake news is any political pundit who defended the Clinton Foundation and claimed the American people didn't care about Hillary's illegal email server. Fake news is President Obama's talking point crafted by National Security Advisor Ben Rhodes on how to sell the Iran deal to the American people without telling us the truth. Fake news is politicians paying off news analysts to leak questions of presidential candidates before a debate, and hacks from the New York Times requesting approval from their preferred candidate before publishing a story that might appear negative. Shall I go on? Well, I'd sure love to hear Mark Zuckerberg's plan to fight that. And that's my final point. You can reach me on Twitter at Liz_Wheeler. You know by now I read all your tweets. Also, if you like the show, please send me an email at oann.com/contact. Remember, we're coming to you every night at 9 p.m. Eastern now, so don't miss us tomorrow at 9. And until then, have a good night.